Welcome to Foregone Trails. My name's Tyler, and we're coming at you live from Yukon, Oklahoma. Recently, I went to Disney. Hopefully you watched that video. If not, click here. You should watch it. It's a good one. While I was there, I had the opportunity to meet Keaton, who I'm about to introduce. Keaton, there he is. So with that, I am really excited to do the first of hopefully many driver series, rig and coffee, coffee and rig, coffee and cars, whatever. I don't know. If you can think of a title for this series, comment below. What I'm really wanting to do with this is basically as I meet people, as I go wheeling, I want to hear a little bit about them, hear a lot about their vehicles, or maybe vice versa, a lot about them, a little bit about their vehicles, but really just kind of put stuff out there for other people that are wheeling here locally in Oklahoma or wherever it is that I get to meet them. So without further ado, Keaton. When did you start wheeling?
Oh, I started wheeling, I think I was probably 2 or 3 years old. My dad actually ordered, it was a 91 or 92 Wrangler, white. He ordered it to the gills, and that was my first time actually getting to wheel was with my dad and his YJ, which I now own a YJ.
Yeah. So what year is this one?
This one is a 94.
Okay.
What's left of it.
So it's like just barely newer.
Yeah, just a little bit newer.
Okay.
It is tagged, titled, insured. I do drive it around town. We run to dinner in it. We do go to the gas station, make a little twisted tea runs, and we enjoy it on and off the trails.
So when did you start driving? What was your first off-road vehicle personally then too?
My first off-road vehicle was actually an ATV.
Okay.
It was a Honda TRX 250. And we had, between me, my dad, mom, sisters, had 5 ATVs. When I got to the age of being able to drive, my dad told me we can keep the ATVs, you can buy your own vehicle, or we can sell them and I'll help you buy your first vehicle. Bought that when I was 15, and it was a 2000 Wrangler. So my first vehicle was a Jeep Wrangler.
And what'd you do to it? Like,
man,
leave it alone. Did you like?
No.
Was it stock and you messed it up, or was it like?
It was bone stock. I think it had 112,000 miles on it when I got it. We put 4-inch snaps, 30 degrees. I re-geared it to 410s. Never did a locker in it, and I enjoyed it. Drove wheels on that thing.
Yeah.
And it actually, that was my first vehicle that I started my company with. It made me a bunch of money, and I sold it when I was ready for a truck, and
there you go.
There
it was.
There.
You're like, all right, it's out of here. It's moved on.
Yep. And I actually know the guy that owns it to this day.
Okay.
He lives in Yukon, and I see it probably every other week, roughly.
Okay. So have you ever? Are you like? There's been some for me that I've had in the past where it's like, oh, I really wish I would buy it back.
Yeah. So
or like, have you ever thought of?
I have offered him multiple times. Just tell me what you want, and I'll buy it back.
Uh-huh.
And he actually will not sell it because his mother bought that for him right before she passed away. So it has a lot more sentimental value to him. I understand that.
Yeah.
But we have an agreement that if he ever does sell it,
You'll be the first one.
Yep. Yep. And same thing with this. I bought this from my friend Kyle. And he said that if you ever sell it,
He gets the first bid.
Yep. We already have it at a set price. So, and if he doesn't want it, then I'll go on. But
Okay.
just the gentleman's agreement.
Hey, I like it. Good. The handshake.
Yep. Old school.
Yeah, I love it. Who built this?
Kyle and Spencer Thompson built this.
Okay.
Coweta, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Kyle owns Sooner Metal Supply. So if you need any work done,
Call Kyle.
Yeah, call Kyle.
Sooner Metal Supply.
in Coweta, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
He actually built it. It's been built for probably going on 12 years.
Okay.
I've owned it for a little over a year and a half. It's been all over Oklahoma, any part, Clayton, Podo, all over Disney, S'more.
What's your like favorite trail that you've been taking this on?
Oh, my favorite trail with this one, probably that Clayton, maybe 8 Mile Lunch or Redneck Millionaire. And there's a lot of good ones.
Those are both at Clayton?
Those are both at Clayton.
Okay.
Yep. Those are both good ones.
Any of the armor, like just any of these like dents or dings from a specific
So
good stories?
this name right here, which was not the other side,
This one here.
matches that.
Nice.
This was from Disney, Oklahoma. We did a little Bounty Hill probably 3 months ago, and
So it's spread.
this is fresh. Yeah. I hit a hill climb and stood it straight up and down. So when I came down, I hit a rock, all the weight landed on it. passenger front, and I built the stub shaft U-joint, just grenaded
Just on the
everything.
outside.
On the inner, yep.
Yeah.
On the inside of the knuckle, grenaded it, and it was worth it. Still have the pieces.
Only once, right?
Yeah. Keep them as trophies.
So
That-
Clayton's the spot to go then, was what you're saying.
Yeah, if you don't care about body damage and maybe breaking something, Clayton's the place to go.
Anything else that we should know about this? Kyle built it out of Coweta with, who was the other guy's name?
Spencer.
Okay, so Kyle
Spencer built this blue one I have in my garage now. That was the OG, as we would call it, that started everything. We have plans to get it going.
I said it's a rental, so might be renting it.
Yeah. I plan to let people drive it,
Back up.
drive it, hang the limiter, let them know what it feels like.
Yeah.
Have a good time. Give people opportunity that they don't. Not everybody gets to have them.
All right, let's hop in and stuff your lower than a Jeep LJ with a 5.5-inch lift on 35s. That's pretty impressive. Like hopping in this, I know we did that hill. What was there a name to that hill that we did?
We just call it the waterfall on the other side of the river.
The
Jason's
waterfall
house.
on the other side of the river from Jason's house.
Yeah,
So if
yeah.
you guys are ever at Disney, hit the waterfall on the other side of the river from Jason's house.
Next to a new hill that Kyle made called Chaos.
Okay.
That he made in his bounce.
Okay. It was a great hill, but it's funny because like it is just hopping in. I was like, this isn't allowed. It's not.
No, it's not. It's comfortable. I could ride in this all day like I'm in a pickup.
Yeah. No, I love it. So no windshield. Like what was it? Do you have one or?
Weight reduction. No, not really. No, yeah, go fast.
Aerodynamics.
No,
Yeah.
Mopars don't go fast.
No.
It didn't come with one, so we don't have one. We just put on some glasses and roll on.
Just call it a day.
Yeah, get a nice breeze. We don't have AC, so we use the natural air for our AC.
Yeah. This setup. Have you done anything? Have you changed anything since you bought it with like this setup? Is there anything that you're like?
I put a set of speakers in it and a new sub.
Nice. Are these kickers?
They're kickers, yeah. And I put it in.
Oklahoma brand. Stillwater, I'm pretty sure.
If they are, then
Just say.
yeah, they are. Sponsor me.
Yeah,
Produce
that's
a new set. Gotta have the beats.
Is there anything you would have changed? Like I know you've got that blue one and stuff, but like is there anything?
I'm probably gonna change the shifter and the valve body and the transmission to a manual valve body. I'd really like to go to a dirt track shifter style. Maybe an arc tire, but I really like the style of a dirt track car shifter.
For us layman's folks that aren't super into all of the knowledge space. So what's a reverse valve body? Did you say reverse or manual?
Manual valve body.
Okay, it's not reverse valve because I mean those are different too.
Right.
For the people that don't understand, what's the benefit of a manual valve body?
You keep it in gear until you want it to shift. If you put it in third, you're going to start in third. Unlike an automatic, you put it in drive, it's going to start in first and it's going to shift for you.
So it's basically having a manual transmission but
without the
it's
clutch.
automatic.
Yeah, basically, yes. To an extent.
And so with the gate piece, what do you mean by dirt track versus what was the other one?
A gated shifter like an ARC car. So gated means the positions of the shifter, you have to move it around. It's just not a straight shot. That way, if you're in first, second, or third on a hill and you need to slam it in reverse, you can go all the way to reverse and it's going to stop. It's not going to go to park. Or if you only have it gated to go to neutral, you're going to go from first, second, or third, whichever gear position you're in. You just slam it and it goes to neutral. It stops. We're on regular. You slam it all the way from first, second, or third, or even drive whatever position you have it in. It's going to go to park.
Okay, so you want one that'll go from gear to reverse.
Correct.
If needed.
Yep, if needed.
That's if you're up and you got to
Yeah,
get back
yeah.
out of a bad situation.
Yeah, for when things get a little hairy.
So front, rear, how's it?
This left side's the rear,
Okay.
which it's in high gear, so basically you're in two-wheel drive.
High right now.
Too high, yep. Right side, passenger side, is your front engagement. It's in neutral right now. You want to go forward, you're in four-wheel drive, high, neutral. Everything's in
So-
neutral. Like if you're towing it behind a RV, everything's in neutral.
You probably tow it with 43 stick keys behind it.
Oh, yeah, because money's not a problem.
Right, that's pretty common. Just try to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing too. So, what was the one? So, you went up that one little section, and you guys were like, "Oh, you'll probably destroy more of your body on Disney." Like, it's like where the dam comes down. I'm trying to think. what it was called. We just kind of sat up top and watched you. You made a second loop and took that younger kid we were with up it.
That would be called Little Blue.
Okay, so there's Little Blue, but then at the end of it, there was that one that was like...
Oh, Whalen Wall.
Whalen Wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whalen Wall.
So with Whalen Wall, we saw you, and I had Caleb film on this. I was kind of trying to explain it, but maybe you can do a better job of you doing a front dig.
Yeah.
Right? Am I correct what you were doing?
Yeah, that was
I was
a front
watching
dig.
it and I saw you front digging, heating up those front tires, you know.
So what he's doing right here is called a front dig. So see how his back tires aren't spinning at all? And so what he's doing is heating up and drying off his front tires. So as he comes up like this, once he's up, you'll see now where a minute ago he's having issues, he should gain all kinds of traction.
And so why were you doing that?
So at the bottom of Whalen Wall was some water. Obviously, water and rubber don't mix on traction. So with the
Even with the stickies?
they still work, but not as great.
Okay.
A lot better than just a standard DOT tire.
Yeah.
You can disengage the rear axle by doing this and just keeping the, see what I mean, on.
So
It doesn't want to. There it goes. Yep.
Okay.
So now you just have the front end engaged. Nothing's spinning in the rear, and front tires are spinning. You can dry them off like that.
Okay.
So when you get up on there, they're not slipping.
Yep. So they got a little bit hot, a little bit stickier.
Yep.
You dry, all that stuff.
You just pull it and you just pull up on and drive right up it.
So did you have to do any brake work?
When I was doing the front dig,
Yeah.
no. You just sit there.
And that
Let
tire
it eat.
will just spin because
Yeah.
there's not enough for you to pull up on it.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, if you're on flat ground, then you will have to press the brake to hold the back end from dragging.
Let's poke around in here. Starting at the front, what are we working with? So we got a Warren winch.
Yep. Tried and true Warren. She's loud, but she works.
Yeah.
She doesn't free spool very well, but she pulls like a mule.
Well, that's what you need.
That's what you need. Yep. I broke that cable or rope 3 or 4 times in the same spot trying to get out. I use it.
Hey, well, why not? Yeah. So then we got some coolers. What do we got?
Yeah, we got a transmission cooler right here, power steering cooler, which is for hydraulic fluid for the hydraulic steering. So
because you've got full hydro, right?
yes, I've got full hydro.
Then you got just a good
Big
boy.
4-core radiator.
Nice.
Yep.
And you've recently done some detailing on,
Yeah.
on the motor.
Yeah.
It appears.
She's a little dirty, but I use it.
Adds some character.
Yep.
Okay.
I could have probably cleaned it, but
It's not like you knew we were coming. I just showed up. Right?
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a job.
Yeah, you had work. Whatever. So what motor is this?
It's a 5.2 Magnum that has had a little bit of goodies put inside of it.
Okay, so what's in it?
Not of performance. I've got some. That's your parts.
Dude, if Kyle's watching this,
Yeah. Sorry, Kyle.
he's this guy. He doesn't
He's
know
a motor builder.
He's
I'm not. I just drive
He's
it.
interviewing this guy, and he doesn't even know. He's just
Yeah.
driving. He's
I
just a
just-
driver.
I put gas in it and drive
Yeah.
it. You can ask them that. That's what they say, that I don't know how to drive it. It's
Yeah.
fine.
So Hughes Performance parts in here.
Yeah.
Also probably like a cam and some stuff.
Yeah. Cam, rollers. I don't know. You got me.
It looks like some nice valve covers.
Yeah, some valve covers that have some dirt on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so this is a fuel injected motor.
Yeah, it's got a Holley fuel injection system on it.
And what was this motor out of, roughly?
Like a 96 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's the matching transmission.
Matching transmission, 46RH. Made it to a Atlas that's a 4.3. I like it a lot. You don't have to worry about breaking it in half if you want to stand on it. So running a 4.3 Atlas with a 14 bolt rear axle and a Dana 60 front axle. And I really don't have any plans to really change anything up on this rig.
Okay.
It works so well that there's really it'd be like trying to reinvent the wheel.
Right. You're
Why
like,
do it?
I don't know why. Yeah. If
Yep.
you're doing something else, probably go to full tube buggy or do something.
Yeah, I have plans down the road to maybe have them, but it wouldn't be a bouncer style. It'd just be a full tube chassis crawler.
Yeah. Not for all the body names.
Yeah, which I don't care now. You can tell.
So then just regular vacuum boost brakes. It's just stock brake setup.
Stock brake setup.
They stop well.
Stop great. Stop great. Other than the passenger rear, they don't have a brake line going to that caliper because it broke, so we just capped it off, and
You're still just.
we've been wheeling like that for probably 3 years.
That's fine.
So 3 out of 4 is good. That's passing to me.
That's the 75%. I think that's passing. Yeah, sure. This an overflow for your radiator?
Yes, it is
Okay.
overflow.
What is that made out of, or what is that? Do you have any idea? Just some random.
Looks like a buoy to me.
It's kind of fun. Is it like soft?
No,
No, it's like
plastic.
plastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, full hydro steering, so it's got the PSC.
Okay.
Pump, double-ended ram, so big double-ended hydraulic steering.
What that means for those of y'all that aren't familiar or you're looking, so this is what you're talking about with the double-ended, right?
Yes,
you want to
double-ended ram PSC. You sit in the cab and turn the wheel like this, just one finger.
and it just goes. So basically, this just pushes, right, one side or the other.
Yep.
So, and is this for like a suck down?
Yeah, that's a
setup
suck
at some
down, which
point?
I've only used once, but we just hook it right there. Keep the front end from completely unloading when you're straight up and down, but I don't use it much.
You want all of this, all the travel.
Yeah, at times. Like I said, I've used it one time. I used it on Viagra, and that's about it.
Yeah. So what axle is this?
So this is what they call a Kingpin Dana 60.
And what would it be out of?
Probably like a 76 to 89 Chevy Ford or Dodge.
Okay. So is it a low pinion?
This is a high pinion.
Okay.
Yep, and this is going to be a Chevy or Dodge because it's passenger drop. A Ford drop is going to be on the driver's side, which that right there, the blue
On
Jeep,
that one.
has a driver's drop. That's a Ford.
That's a Kingpin too?
That's a Kingpin as well, yes.
Okay. And you like the Kingpin versus the ball joint, or?
I do, but they've got a lot of aftermarket stuff for the new, what they call like the Super Duty 60.
Yeah.
To eliminate the ball joint and do what they call ball joint eliminators. Very strong. Run one of the Super Duty 60s, you can run the big 1550 unit bearings and U joints. I mean, they're massive. Massive.
I've seen some pictures. Obviously my stuff's near that big. So what? Yeah. How much travel do you have on the?
So the coilovers are 14-inch coilovers, rad flows.
Okay.
Rides like a Cadillac.
You got aluminum lowers. it looks
Yep,
like.
aluminum lowers, front and rear.
Is there anything updated with the brakes or the brake calipers and rotors and stuff, or is this just like a stock?
They're stock brake calipers. They're aftermarket knuckles. Those are solid knuckles with the solid high steer arms.
Exactly right here.
Yep.
Point it and show us.
Yep, knuckle right here is solid with
Okay.
solid high steer arms
Okay.
with the big 6-bolt keyed arm.
Okay. Nice. So you said 14 inches of travel?
Yep, 14-inch coilovers, rad flows.
So about how much up travel you get out of this?
Oh,
it's
about-
sitting pretty low, so it's
I would say 6 inches.
about that much.
Yeah,
is
we're
that-
sitting about 2.5 inches off the bump stop,
Okay.
but I got a whole bunch of down travel,
Okay.
which is part of the reason that it sits so low,
Yeah.
is because we're running such a small coil.
Do you like that, right?
Yeah, the lower the better,
Yeah. A little more stable.
and much more stable.
Moving out here, what does it look like? Raceline beadlocks.
Yep.
Slugs.
Yep, East Coast Gear Supply slugs with 35 spline inner outer shafts on a 17-inch race line with the tried and true TSL 43-inch stickless.
Yeah. So if you guys are visual people, that's 43 inches ish. So the true 43.
It's a true 43 when you buy them.
Where are we at now? What is it? We were like,
Maybe 41 and a half.
yeah.
They've been, I drive miles ago.
Yeah, no. Basically, what he means by a slug is that centerpiece there isn't selectable, so it's always fixed. I mean,
Yes, the
that's-
front end is always turning, even though the transfer case is not engaged. If you take the slug out, or if you have like a selectable turn locker,
Yeah.
then the front end will not be engaged. It will, what they call a free spin.
Which is better, like you're street driving, it makes sense. So like on mine, but the slugs are way stronger. So like
Yes.
on my Jeep, I kept with the hubs, which I have Toyota stuff, so I went to Azen because Toyota's stronger. But a lot of people are like, oh, go to slugs, and I'm like, well, I street drive it so much, I don't be going down the highway with the unbalanced
Correct.
drive shaft, and
Yeah.
But since this is, you basically unload it from the trailer and just
Hammer on it.
go, right?
Yeah.
So and if you're taking it around town, you're not going
We might drive 35, maybe 40 mile an hour around town.
as fast as you ever got this.
Fastest I've got to go was 60, and I was sketched.
You're like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Running about 5.5 pounds of air pressure in the tires. Running 60 is a party.
Oh, you were doing that with this much?
Yeah.
Yeah. Clearly, what were we thinking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cage is tied into the frame,
Okay.
front and back. Got a 15-gallon RCI fuel tank.
Do you have a working fuel gauge?
No. You either have fuel or you don't.
Yeah. So you kind of just
Smell it. Yeah. If it's running, you got fuel, and if it's not running, you don't got fuel.
Right.
It's simple.
Well, there you go. So you just fill it maybe before you go, or you?
Yeah, I go a whole day on the tank.
Okay.
Easy. And then next morning before we go on a ride, we'll just drop her off. Yeah.
So you get from like 40 miles a gallon, just sit the probably.
Easy downhill at 40.
Yeah, I like it.
Probably 43 mesh tires.
I like nice even. So back here you got a tray.
Yeah, there's a bunch of junk right now, but we always carry a sacket. This is where we put all of our trash. Man, we try to keep the trails as clean as possible. I hate seeing trash on the trails. Just makes a bad name for us, and it's not good for the environment. So whether it's our trash or somebody else's, we pick it up. What we take in the trails is what we haul out of the trails.
Plus some. I'd say last time we
plus some.
quite a bit.
Oh, here's my parts.
Oh, here you go. Yeah, this is important.
Good lubricant so that the shocks don't squeak. My winch controller, a tree saver because we don't like to hurt trees, and I don't wrench or mechanic, so these are for other people.
Nice.
And gotta keep the old sign for when people get ignorant. You either tell them to stop, or in our world, slow means go.
That's right. It's reverse, right?
Yeah, it's reverse.
So I did a little pre-work. I asked a buddy, I said, what are some things, he's not deep that on. What are some things you want to know? The two questions he had for me was, one, what made you decide to get into off-roading versus like street cars or like drag racing? I mean, like automotive stuff's a pretty wide net.
Yeah.
So what made you say, oh, off-roading's the thing?
Yeah, so the difference in why I went to the off-road world versus the car scene is everybody can see the same stuff from the highway, whether you're in a Prius, a truck, or a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
They don't get to see the beauties of God, nature, that I get to see taking this out into the trails.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things we enjoy the most, me and my lady, is going and seeing the waterfalls and the trees changing colors and just the true beauty of nature.
Like the camping and all.
Yeah, the experience and
Yeah.
the people in the car scene just wasn't for me. The people in the off-road world, whether you're, what I like to say is whether you're in a Samurai or you're in a full-blown bouncer that costs $300,000-400,000, no lie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're wheeling together.
They get crazy.
They're having a good time together. But in the car scene, the Honda guy's not hanging out with the Lamborghini guys. Just doesn't, you don't see it.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I mean, well, even like when we went, it's like we had Chance in his little Cherokee.
Yeah.
I was like in between the two, but still not like, not this. And then you're just like showing us around, and I think everybody had a great time.
Yeah, and that's what I like. Nothing wrong with the streetcar community. I think there's good people in it, but I think there's better people in the off-road world because everybody's helping each other.
It's not like we're biased or anything.
No, I'm not biased.
We're
I
not
got friends
biased.
in the
Yeah.
car
No,
community.
we got a lot. Yeah. What about like type of driving or type of wheeling? Because like it seems like you're more like the rock, technical, not the mud, or what made you this type of off-roading?
I hate the mud. 2 minutes in the mud is 2 weeks of cleaning, and you never get it back to out.
Everything rusts and everything's like
Man, this style of driving, the crawling and hitting hills hard, probably started in 2008, 2010, whenever Tim Cameron was back row doing a wheelie. And that just right then when I seen that, I'll never forget where I was sitting. When I seen that video, I was like, I'm in.
That's it. You're like, oh, this is the thing.
Yeah, and I've been tied to it ever since.
Nice.
Now I don't have a full-blown bouncer, but I drive it like it's hard.
Yeah. So then, what would you say for somebody that's like, oh, I want to get interested in the off-road scene? You mentioned
Go buy a Cherokee.
Go buy a Cherokee. There you go.
If you want to get started, no lie, I bought a Cherokee for $250, and it's been on the trails. That $250 Cherokee is wheeling with the six-figure bouncers.
Yeah.
So you want to get into it cheap, buy a Cherokee. 87 to 9901, buy one.
Yeah.
They're a party. XJ guys are bred different, but I like it.
They just know that they don't care. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
they
that's
don't. I think
the
I'm on
equation.
5 or 6 this year. I'm about to start building one
This year.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm actually about to start building one for my lady over the winter time. We're gonna full length the front and rear. Put it on probably some 35s
On a Cherokee.
on a Cherokee. Yeah, chameleon painted.
This works so good.
They do. They upset a lot of people.
Well, that's why, if you haven't been watching, it's the Jeepster, the other Jeep I'm building right now, the other Command I'm building, it's all Cherokee based.
Okay.
Like it's gonna be Cherokee motor, transmission, transfer case, axles, like the whole 9 yards. Because I'm like, they work so well.
They do.
And when I build this, I want to be able to like go into the parts store and be like, hey, got a 2000 Jeep Cherokee, and I just need this part. Because like they carry those parts, everything. You know, whereas like this stuff, I don't know. I mean, how much of this could you go into AutoZone and like get what you need?
Most of it I can. Like I just go in there and tell them I got a 86 K20 or K30.
Yeah.
And I can get everything for this front axle.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Even if it, so do they come with the 35 splines? Is all that like?
They do.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's not like an upgraded.
Not in the Kingpin, no.
Okay. Nope. That's good enough. See, I'm still.
Yep.
I don't think
But-
big stuff yet. So.
So that's the cool part about that is if you just know the year that it came out of, you can get most of your stuff in a parts store.
Any closing remarks for them aside from what we've just talked about? No. Well, hey, Keith, man, it's been a pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Lots of fun.
Appreciate it.
I love this. I'm hoping we get back out on the trail
Yeah.
again soon. I've got some body damage you gotta fix on our bout.
We'll get her on the trails and have a good
That'll be
time.
good. We'll follow, then we'll get the blue one going. And
Yeah.
it's gonna be great.
Maybe we'll have our camera guy Caleb
That's right.
and the blue rig beating on it.
That's right. We're having him filming, holding the camera, doing the whole thing. Stuff. Yep. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time.